All right, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to our webinar on AI driven innovation, revolutionizing insurance solutions with content services. I'm Rashi Priyadarshini, your moderator for today's session. We have an exciting lineup of speakers who will share their insights on how AI powered content services are reshaping the insurance industry. We'll delve into various topics, including digital transformation journeys, ecosystem partnerships, challenges in content management, and the future of insurance transformation. But before we jump into that, let me introduce our esteemed speakers to you. First up, we have Varun Ghai, Head of Business and Consulting for the UK and Europe at Newgen Software. Varun, could you please share a few lines about yourself?
Hi, and good afternoon, everyone, and thanks, Rashi. So I'm Varun. I look after business for Newgen in UK and Europe. Been with Newgen for almost 18 years now and helping lots of insurance clients of Newgen globally in their digital automation and transformation journeys. Thank you.
Thank you, Varun. Next, we have Vijay Bonagiri, Senior Director and Head of Insurance Partner Ecosystem and Alliances for EMEA and APAC at Infosys. Vijay, over to you for a brief introduction.
Thanks, Rasi. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you're from. Thanks for joining this webinar. My name is Vijay Bonagiri, and I am part of Infosys Insurance team. And I've been working with global insurance customers for the last 25 years in their digital transformation and various next-gen automations.
Thank you, Vijay. And last but certainly not the least, we have Nico Bratov, Head of Fadata Ecosystem. Nico, please share a few words about yourself.
Thank you, Rush, and hello, everyone. My name is Nick Vuratov, and I'm the head of the ecosystem in Fadata, having more than 10 years of experience in Fadata, leading different teams and positions like solution architect, and leading the system and solution architects in the company, and currently head of the ecosystem.
Thank you, Nico. And welcome all of you. Let's kick off our discussion with a pulse check on the current trends and challenges in the insurance market. I'd like to ask each of our panelists to share their insights. Varun, let's start with you. With your extensive experience in the industry, what are the trends or challenges do you see is shaping the insurance transformation in today's world?
So in today's world, what we have been seeing, right? There's a lot of disruption happening through multiple factors, right? Just in US last year, 2022, 2023, US saw a major increase in their underwriting loss, almost like 26.9 billion, which was like almost six times as compared to the previous year in 2011. So there's a lot of disruptions happening across, and insurers, the carriers, they're looking forward to minimize those losses and how to better create their products and serve the market. So this is on the loss side. But what we've also seen, there was an interesting report by Munich Re, where they have also highlighted there is an increasing protection gap in the world. So earlier it was nearly like the insured losses were only 35%. So what it means is that today in today's world, carriers are only able to insure 35% of the possible risk. Right? There's a huge gap of nearly 65%. So carriers are trying to find ways where they could minimize those gaps and add more innovative products through various channels, offering through digitization and reaching out the mass product market globally, right? And how to minimize this gap. Now, with all this in mind, there is a lot happening in digital, in automation, in transformation at various end. We have been hearing about AI, Gen AI, digital self-service a lot, low code a lot, and all of them are critical enablers for writing the future going forward. And how we could reduce the losses for the insurers, and how we could increase business, how we could increase the or reduce the production gap globally. Thank you.
Thanks for setting the stage, Varun. Now, Vijay, over to you. What is your perspective on the trends and challenges in the insurance market?
Sure, Rasi. So if you see, look at right, each line of business have different needs. For example, in property and casualty, if you look right, the power of data is fueling the adoption of technology. Like if you look at artificial intelligence and machine learning, Insurance are adopting these technologies to streamline operations, enhancing risk assessment, improving underwriting process. This translates into multiple benefits. One is more of accurate pricing models and faster claim management, and ultimately a proactive approach for risk management. The same thing, if you look at life insurance, the narrative slightly shifts. Here, the driving forces are more personal. A growing awareness of financial security in this time of recession is prompting individuals to take a more proactive approach for planning for the future and so forth. And also, as life expectancy is continuously growing, a long-term financial protection becoming more critical for us. So the future of insurance is undoubtedly looking very bright, but harnessing the power of data, embracing digitalization, leveraging cutting-edge technologies are going to be the future of insurance.
Appreciate your insights, Vijay. Nico, turning to you, what is your perspective on the future of insurance transformation?
So, Rashi, I can say that this is a big question, and coming from the answers from VJ and Varun, we have different aspects for it. But definitely, this is the tech innovations that are probably the most trendiest today, because they're providing the insurance industry and the companies leverage and opportunity for them to give better services to their customers and become more customer centric, which is also one of the trends that the insurance companies want to achieve. And combining them with the challenges like the climate changes, and here in Sofia we're having from sunny and nice weather to a storm. And this is an example of the weather changes, and insure techs and the industry can really help and make the insurance companies more prepared for the catastrophic events and how to prevent actually the claims.
All right. Thank you, Nico, for sharing your insights. Now, let's move on to our main topic of discussion today. Our first question focuses on digital transformation journeys in the insurance industry. Considering the significant capital expenditure organizations must allocate for these transformations, the procurement strategy plays a pivotal role in determining the financial health of the organization's balance sheet. Vijay, with your extensive experience, you have likely observed numerous digital transformations involving modernization of IT systems within organizations. Can you share some insights into typical buying or procurement patterns that you see organizations follow?
Good, Asi. So, one of the key things insurance companies are doing for the last 10 to 15 years is doing a huge digital transformations. And for the people who doesn't understand the process, procurement process, they generally, most of the customers are doing three steps. One is the discovery phase, where they assess their current systems and redefine the art of possible for the future. Then they run a RFP process, talking to multiple vendors or single vendor, negotiating, and then deployment. And all this is coupled with a lot of security, compliance, and whatnot. One of the key thing is always we should integrate with the legacy system, which is underlying beneath their enterprise. One pattern we see in this market is earlier, if you look at 15, 20 years back, right? The customer calls for multiple vendors, multiple partners, and off late it's becoming a little different. They don't want to talk with a lot of partners. They don't want to talk with a lot of vendors. They are going to issue an RFP with a global system integrator like Infosys, which can bring in all the solution, collaborate with partners, and help in their solution. So this kind of approach has brought a huge increase in time to market, and also redeploy a proven solution like, for example, Newgen and Fadata. They have done with multiple customers. So Infosys, if the do the system assessment and fit for purpose analysis and bring in these kind of matters. And other pattern we are seeing is on the operating model. Firms are recasting target state operating model and refreshing their transformation maps. So from a small T to a big T. This allows them to spread the investment, demonstrate the ROI. So earlier, business used to give money and we do the transformation program and get the ROI. And many times these transformation programs may fail or could not get the right ROI. So they are incremental implementations. You don't want to go live in a big bang. You want to do an incremental way. Again, it differs for different approaches. And other key thing we are doing is elevating productivity and cost takeout is becoming a big pattern in the market. And this also helps in reducing the total cost of ownership, will be consolidated with one of the major global SA factor. And this total cost of ownership also included maintenance, training, integration costs, etc.
Okay. So, building on our discussion about digital transformation journeys, Vijay, could you elaborate on the challenges organizations face when they purchase enterprise applications separately and hope to integrate them later?
Sure. One of the typical patterns again we are seeing with the customer is on three four folds, right? One is on the integration complexity, especially when you bring multiple partners, and impacts on scalability and innovation. So we are seeing a lot of M&A pattern in the market. So when they acquire certain books or certain new policy holders, so the integration should be very simple, and also all the existing systems and platforms should be scalable, and this should not increase the cost in a multi-folds. It should, as the volume increases, the cost has to decrease, and all this comes with underlying principles on compliance and customer experience. We witnessed a paradigm shift towards a platform-led ecosystem. This is particularly impactful in insurance industries, which is going a huge digital transformation. And if you see, right, legacy systems once used to be a backbone are really struggling to keep up the pace with the evolving customer demands, ever changing regulatory requirements. If you see, right, DORA is getting implemented in the next 2 years. We have EU Digital Act, and there are a lot of various regulations coming in, and all these cannot be implemented in the legacy system. So we need to work with partners, which this collaborative approach, right, bringing in the core system provider, data compliance, insure techs, will create a lot of innovation, allowing insurers to create a future ready products, like and also create a lot of hyper personalized way of handling the customers with the ever changing policyholders needs, especially when the Gen Z and next generation is coming up and want a different experience from the carriers.
Thanks for those insights, Vijay. Now, let's pivot our discussion to another critical aspect of the insurance industry. In the past, monolithic software solutions handled a large number of activities for enterprises. However, in today's landscape of specialized solutions tailored to specific use cases, the concept of ecosystem has become paramount. So, Nico, as the head of the ecosystem at Fadata, your perspective on customer challenges is invaluable. How does Fadata's ecosystem approach try to address those customer challenges?
Thank you, Rashi. The ecosystem in Fadata actually appeared with the idea of separating the solutions, because previously we were developing almost everything in-house. It was harder back then to integrate. There wasn't open APIs. It wasn't that easy like today. And also, we were asked by customers, can you recommend someone that can help us with the document management, for example, or for document generation? And back then, it was, of course, some companies, some people that are providing certain services. Uh, but nowadays, with the ecosystem in place, it is a lot easier for us to recommend partners and also to make the right evaluation, because it's not only a friendship recommendation, it's actually a business recommendation. And the challenges that the ecosystem is trying to tackle is, first of all, to provide easier way of our customers accessing the solutions. And it is bringing for them different kind of benefits, like faster time to market, cost saving, um, reducing the complexity during the integration. And this is because with the partners we're having in the ecosystem, we already have established quite a good know-how about the two solutions we're providing. And also we're providing minimum product that they can step on or actually start using directly. So this is quite a leverage when you start a project. First of all, rather than starting searching for solutions, you have the whole enterprise, or at least the mandatory solutions for the enterprise architecture in place, and you can just pick and select whatever you need. and also we have the opportunity to provide you the solutions already integrated, which is bringing a lot of easiness when you start developing and building the project. So this is one of the, or at least several of the benefits that we can bring with the ecosystem. And in the end, what we want to achieve is actually to provide an end-to-end solution for our customers, so they can buy the core solution and actually start using the satellite solutions as well.
That's fascinating, Nico. Moving on to the next question, which is for Varun. Drawing from your experience in consulting your clients in content automation, what are the gaps and struggles in a life in the life of an underwriter or claims officer in managing content?
Sure. Thank you, Rashi. Uh, See, in today's digital world, most of the organizations, whether you're talking insurers or carriers, they've invested very heavily on data transformation, streamlining the processes around underwriting or claims or servicing for their customers. Everyone's objective is to be more efficient, add rules, add automation, etc. But still, we see a lot of gaps. I've seen some of the even large names in the industry, like on the document side, still manually managing those people, especially in the claim officer, right? They're downloading those documents. I've seen motor claims, people downloading videos or uploading somewhere, and then going annotating those videos where the fault is, and then manually creating a report. So in scenarios like this, it's surprising, but it's very common that people are spending majority of the time on the content or the documents which they receive as part of the transaction, whether we are doing a claim journey or we are talking about an underwriting journey. Now, from there, there is a gap specifically from this manual activity perspective. Too much of download on their individual desktop, and especially in the world where we're talking about GDPR, DORA coming in and all. There is a gap, right, where there's so much of documents being physically managed and retained. So there become security issues, compliance issues as a gap. But the essence is that majority of the key information is stored in that content. So there is a huge area of transforming, automating, or mining intelligence. So when we say that data is the new oil in the world, I also add that the documents or the contents, they are the barrel of information. So we can leverage that information more efficiently and in a more effective way, so that whether it's a claim officer or underwriting officer, they can be more efficient. They can process those transactions effectively and in a more compliant way, right? So storing all the personal information in distributed systems, by downloading into individual desktop, etc., by comparing manually, or spending hours on claim files, etc., is quite inefficient, right? And there is a huge, I would say, leverage organizations can make on content.
Rightly said, Varun. Your insights provide valuable clarity on the challenges that is faced by the professionals in content management. While technology ecosystems and partnerships have been a part of the industry for some time, their prominence and relevance have significantly increased in the recent times. Vijay, in your experience as a partner and alliances leader, how do you think technology ecosystems are gaining importance in today's ever-changing world, especially in insurance industry where digital transformation is picking pace?
Absolutely, Rasi. I think partner ecosystem is playing a pivotal role in various initiatives, especially on the digital transformations in the insurance industry. Because there's several factors which are going to be addressed due to because of this strong partner ecosystem. The one is addressing complex needs. So many times customer have wish list, especially the business, but they don't know where to go and how to achieve them. That's when the partner ecosystem comes into picture, along with the partners, global system integrators, insurtechs, fintechs, all this. And this will helps in fostering innovation, faster integration and implementation. As earlier Nico was mentioning, right? The technology has evolved so much that they have a lot of API microservices which can be seamlessly integrated. This creates a very good scalability and flexibility as the insurance volume grows. And this also address some of the niche needs of the business. And if you keep on listing, I think it goes for a long way. But the key benefits of this partner ecosystem is the key thing is de-risking the solution. So if you look at it, the customer works with one partner, a global system integrator like Infosys, which identifies the right solutions like Fadata and Newgen, and create the whole complete solution for the customer. And this reduces the complexity and risk for the customer in various aspects, ranging from contracting to go live, because we take the bottom line in identifying the right solution after proper fitment analysis. So another key thing on this partner ecosystem value proposition is Infosys as a company works insurance. We work on a framework called SAT, where the digital transformation can be done with speed, with utmost accuracy, and all these are done with trust, where all the compliance and legal things are also part of the transformational program. From our experience, right? So we have been working with Newgen and Fadata with the various implementations, right from Japan to US. We have various examples working on with the global carriers to achieve their digital transformation. And we believe that what we are doing is the right thing to increase the efficiency. And this kind of partner ecosystem is bringing a very good improved customer experience. And again, the key thing is on the this is helping in a better risk management for all the carriers.
Thank you, Vijay. So, Nico, building on our discussion about ecosystem partnerships, could you elaborate on the collaboration between Newgen and Far Data? How does this partnership benefit both existing and prospective customers?
What I can say, first of all, it can be written in the books about the partnership as an example, because actually we can leverage from first of all the support between the two companies. We're providing the needed know-how when needed, which is beneficial for our customers as well. But the most benefit is once we have a customer in common, that we're working as one company and as one team, because we can provide the support and the functionalities needed for the customers to receive whatever is needed and to have the documents in place. The other thing that is beneficial from our partnership is actually being two companies. We're providing a mutual product, which is actually like one. So from our platform, INSYS, you can easily access the benefits that Eugene's DMS solution is providing. And OmniDocs is a great solution that you can leverage from. So benefits to the customers. First of all, we know each other quite well. Also, we know very well our solutions, which reduces the time in order for us to react in critical situations. Exactly, extremely. And the other benefits are that you're receiving one solution from two companies, and you can benefit it directly from one of the platforms you have. So I can say that it is a partnership of an example where when we need each other, we're always there for one another.
Thank you, Nico. Let's talk more about ECM integration. Reflecting on our conversation about ECM integration and its transformative potential, Nico, could you illustrate this with a real world example from your experience? Can you provide us with a case study that demonstrates how ECM integration has revolutionized insurance operations for one of your clients?
Yes, of course, even not for one of them, but you can see because in the beginning we were speaking about what are the trends and what is changing the insurance industry and helping the insurance actually. And I shared that it is the digital transformation in the insurance. Before entering into a project like change of the core software, you can see how the processes are not that streamlined. They're not that smooth. Also, you have many systems in place implemented in different periods, and of course they're operating some kind of efficient, but they can be even more efficient. And when we enter into a project and into a customer, you can see exactly this. They're using a lot of systems. Different teams are using one system, the other team is using another system. And we actually had a customer who had exactly these problems. You have, because you know that ECC is covering all lines of businesses, and OmniDocs also supports and doesn't differentiate the line of businesses. But you can see that, for example, the live business are using one system, the health is using another system, and the motor are not using a system at all. So they're using paper documents. So this is bringing a lot of chaos, a lot of time. And when we stepped into the project and started integrating, we actually streamlined their processes, made it a lot easier for people, and allowed them to concentrate in what is important. And nowadays, again, coming to the first question in our discussion, it's the customer-centric approach. Rather than you spending time in front of the fax machine or the Xerox or whatever, you can concentrate on the customers and provide better experience. So this is actually one of the benefits that our customer receive. Streamlined processes, easier document processing, and of course, for the claims operator and the underwriter, it was a lot easier to download or directly see the documents which are stored in OmniDocs from Infosys. So this is one of the examples, and in order for me not to get in a lot of details about that, I'd rather stop here.
Sure. Thank you, Nico, for your insights. Now, let's explore the challenges in managing policies and outbound communications. So, Varun, policy management is crucial in the insurance life cycle, which technically involves handling documents. What are the challenges you foresee in today's world managing or creating those policies along with their outbound communications? And do you see a future where Gen AI can complement that? Varun, we are not able
Sorry,
to hear you.
you are talking on mute.
Sorry. Yeah, sorry about that. So as Nico mentioned, that this is not just a partnership of two companies or multiple individuals getting together. It is building a journey end to end for betterment of our clients business in fulfilling their dreams, aspirations, etc., as a single journey end to end. Now, while Fadata manages very efficiently the entire life cycle from an underwriting or claims perspective, but documents do intersect in that journey at different intervals. So we receive documents on one end, and I mentioned about the complexity on that part, but we also send a lot of documents to our customers, right? So in the both end, and policy is also a document, whether digital or physical, is still a document which goes out. Now, from an insurer perspective, and especially Vijay was also pointing about the PNC specialty, commercial, marine, complex business, right? In their business, the wordings, the clauses which goes out to their customers, right? The permutations or combinations of those across different industries, different product lines, different countries when they start working together, working into multiple regions, geographies. Those wordings, clauses, definitions, endorsements, everything complexifies the overall nature of the business. I have seen customers with right hundreds of thousands of predefined templates as written as PDF, and people manually stitching them or using some level of robotic kind of an automations to put together those content and send out those PDFs. However, I've also seen a challenge where the underwriting team or the wording team are taking months to make a variation, make a change in a clause, or even launch a new product, right? And especially when we talk about so much disruption happening, so much risk emerging across the world, there is a huge pressure on the centralized underwriting and wording team to ensure that they have the right wording, right clauses, right version of the clauses, and not only in one policy across different products, different segments, different countries where they work upon. And this problems multiplies if you have language coming in. So in short, um, all outbound communication, whether it's a simple email being sent, whether it's a quotation you are generating with the value generated by Fadata, right? Or it is the complex hundreds of pages of clauses and wording which goes out with those documents, with those PDFs to the end customers, right? So Newgen have been doing this very effectively with its intelligent, rule-driven library of clauses and wording, right? And we have simplified. So the customer I was talking, where we saw some 80, 90,000 different templates, we brought them to roughly around less than 100 templates now, but linked to an enterprise repository, which is cross-usable across the product lines, country lines where they work upon. Now, this seems like yes, we brought them from thousands to hundred, but the end derivative is that today, if they want to make a variation or launch a new product, that happens in matter of days, right? Especially in this risk-driven world, you can't wait for months for something to change. People are putting all the pressure to do something in matter of days, and that is where there's a lot of efficiencies we can all together bring in the insurance side.
Thank you, Varun. Now, let's discuss how Infosys is leveraging partnerships with Far Data and Newgen. So, Vijay, could you shed some light on how Infosys is leveraging partnerships with Newgen and Far Data to address customer challenges? Additionally, what message do you have for insurance customers who are considering solutions from Infosys, Newgen, and Far Data?
Good, Rasi. So, as you know, right, we have a global strategic partnership with Fadata and Newgen, which allows us in creating customized solutions for a specific customer challenges. And as Nico was mentioning, right, we are there when it's needed. Okay, so it's not like three companies working for you; it's one company working for the success of the customer. So we work in that kind of mode. And also we have a center of excellence set up both for Newgen and Fadata, where we have trained resources who has built a lot of solutions which has accelerators and utilities built in, so that we don't want to reinvent the wheel when we are deploying for the new carrier. And we have done this with a couple of customers. And as Varun was mentioning, each country comes with the different languages, different specifications, different legal and compliance rules. But we have done it across the continents, whether it in Japan, we have done it in Nordics, we have done it in US, we are working with a couple of initiatives in Middle East. So all this is a true reflection of our partnership and our ability to come together to solve customer problems. And with this strong partner ecosystem, right, we have been integrating with across industrial offering, whether it's across PNC, life, or general insurance. We have tailored made solutions to make sure that we have achieved the objectives till the last mile. And we have done it multiple times, and we are working it together on more. And if you come to Infosys has built a robust partner ecosystem across, as I mentioned earlier, across insurtechs, fintechs, and also the proven partners like Fadata and Newgen to bring in the right solutions, whether it's a portal, whether it's a claims manager, whether it's automation. We have a solution from a partner. But at the end of the day, Infosys will take the bottom line and make sure that the customer objectives are met.
Thank you, Vijay. Your insights provide valuable perspective on how Infosys collaborates with Far Data and Newgen to deliver value to customers. Transforming together is the message that we would like to give to our customers, definitely. Now, let's conclude our discussion with a final question. So, Varun, earlier you mentioned the increase in the protection gap. How do you think technology is bridging that gap?
Sure, that's an interesting one. And like I mentioned, like in 2002, roughly the production gap was nearly 65%. In 2023, it climbed up to 69%. So that's a major increase. But that does not mean that insurers are losing a specific type of risk. What is today reflect is that the avenues of risk are increasing globally at a very fast scale, right? And for example, we have seen like this huge rain and flooding in Dubai, right? So there's a lot of climate happening. Has Dubai thought of having hailstorms, having flood protection, right? The new age cohorts, right? The millennials coming in, their needs, their demands are changing. The way they have been engaging, the way they have been shopping now, the way they travel, the way they experience the world is totally different, right? And then that opens up a lot of new avenues with a lot of new technology, especially in the connected cars, the automated cars, and now we are even talking about drones coming in, right? So there is a huge potential for insurers to cover those products in those areas, and whenever they are there, if they become the future transportation for us, right? How those coverages happen in the modern world. The e-commerce has a big scale globally, and but the biggest another challenge today is with the blooming risk of wars happening and a lot of cyber attacks, cyber issues happening across the world, right? So there is another avenue opening up from the new forms of risk coming in, right? So all these are factors. These factors, I call them the trigger for the change, right? So in the modern world, the time to change and the multiple times you need to change is increasing, right? And technology is the best answer to support that, right? Where we together and with experience, not said with just Newgen, Fadata, or Infosys, right? I would say anything, any vendors which comes as a integrated offering, integrated solution with experience of handling that with multiple clients, right? They are bringing that experience, the ability to change faster into the market and add new products or modify your products at a faster pace.
All right, thank you, Varun. Now, as we wrap up our session, I'd like to invite each of our esteemed speakers for one concluding statement, sharing your key takeaway or final thoughts from today's discussion. So, Vijay, let's start with you.
Thanks, Ashley, for this opportunity, and I hope the audience has gained some insights on the trends happening in the insurance and how and what this partner ecosystem can bring in. So one thing I can say is Infosys is very well geared up. We serve around 150 customers globally, and it's one of the strategic vertical within Infosys. And we have been very actively pursuing digital transformation initiatives along with the partner ecosystem. As I said, that Infosys is a global system integrators which who brings in all right solutions, do the fitment analysis, and bring to the table what is best for the customer. And once again, thanks for this opportunity.
Thank you, Vijay. Nico, your final thoughts?
Thank you, Rashi. My final thought is that we're a great team. Even in the webinar, you can see that we're working quite well together and know each other quite well. As representative of Fadata, I can say that the partnership between Infosys and Newgen is visible, and customers can only benefit from that. And I'm really happy to work with such professionals like Vijay and Varun in different opportunities and different markets, as you can learn a lot from them, as you can see from today as well. And Rush, thank you for facilitating this nice webinar. Hopefully, it has been interesting for the audience as well.
Appreciate it, Nico. And finally, Varun, your concluding remarks?
No, thanks. And I'm quite excited with this partnership with Infosys bringing their vast experience, Fadata bringing a very matured core platform for the modern world, for the modern needs and the challenges, and Newgen complementing both from the content side. And like I said, the content is the new barrel of information, which we can mine, unearth, and bring more efficiencies for our customers across the world. Thank you.
Thank you, Varun. All right, that's all for today's discussion. It was a great chat with you all. Thank you to our panelists for sharing your wealth of knowledge and experience with us today. Your insights were truly enlightening. So, on behalf of our panelists and organizing team, I'd like to extend my sincere gratitude to all our attendees for joining us today. We hope you found the discussion insightful and valuable. If you have any further questions or would like to continue the conversation with us, please feel free to reach out to us. Thank you and have a great day ahead.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.